I'm getting better at drawing the Earth too. Okay, here's your chart for the sky mirror. Let's see what's coming up for the next 10 days or so. There is a note here that you're having a full moon on Thursday at 2 in the afternoon. It's a Taurus lunation. It trines Pluto and Mars. Maybe they'll calm down the war vibes a little bit, huh? But here's the big one. Neptune, stationary direct, 11:15. That means Neptune stops. And that means more liquids, more rains, more problems with deception. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. So let's see. Here's our planetary pattern. And Jupiter's still squaring Saturn. You know, the liberals and conservatives squabbling, getting nothing done at all. Uranus is here, still squaring Pluto. And as you can see, Mars is moving up on Pluto. Pluto's at 11 to 12 degrees Capricorn right here. Mars at the first of your week, moving up. At the end of your week, Mars will be on Pluto. Now this could really light your panic button up. Pele, we got volcanic stuff on the Big Island. But this is all over the world for everybody. And, you know, this could be an Ebola, an aggressive thing on... Ebola is Pluto. Pluto rules mass death. You know, like atomic bombs and epidemics. Anyway, when Mars goes by Pluto, people get overly defensive in their reptilian brain. Well, enough. What does this look like day by day anyway? I'm going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern, and we're going to see what... Now, this is a generic chart. It's not your chart. If I was doing your chart, boy, would I be accurate. I'm good at that. Well, I got pretty good at this, too. Here the moon is in Aquarius. If you're watching a Thursday night show, there's a sextile to Uranus. Hooray, astrology triumphs again. In the morning, Friday morning, on the 31st, when's Halloween? Must be Friday night, 31st. Vendredi, Friday, Venus's day. Kids are all happy here in the morning. But we got some, you know, a square to opposition to Jupiter, rain, hug, and a square to Saturn. You know, time's up, kids. There's all kind of constraints here, starting Friday afternoon when you're don't do too much, and then late here, that's like 9, 10 o'clock Hawaiian time. The square to Saturn is depressive and kind of cold, so it's a turn-off. Moon's still in Aquarius Saturday morning until you get just before lunch. It shifts into Pisces. As soon as it does, everything changes. You're in the Neptune zone. Now Neptune throws 20 days before November 15th, 20 days afterwards. So we're already in the zone here of being sensitive to Neptune. Usually the Pope comes out. You watch on the 15th of November. He's a good representative of Neptune. Oh, I saw him on TV. They're talking about loosening up the homosexual business. That makes some sense, doesn't it? Pardon my cynicism. Well, anyway, you're going to see a lot of it here on Saturday. The moon goes by Neptune in the middle of the day. Before that, it sextiles Mars, so you're going to feel heroic. You know, this could be ISIS, religious fanatics, winning their battles and stuff, too. Venus is here, and Venus... she's in harmony with the whole thing, and there's Venus and Mars is kind of sexy and social here on Saturday too. Good time for music, dance, social things, letting go of all the worries. By the time you get to Saturday night, here's a nice trine to the sun. You make new plans, and you get some rewards. And there's discovery about 2 in the morning or so Sunday, moon in Pisces. Here's a sextile to Pluto. Yeah, there's Pele, there's Ebola information and stuff. Kills me, you know, CDC. Oh boy, this is government stuff, huh? They got anthrax all over 50 of their employees down there, by the way, and they totally have ignored PTSD as a virus. So I don't expect, you know, they're a government agency full of MDs. I don't expect them to do good public health work. I have a Master of Science in Public Health. I'm a righteous critic, and I'll continue to do so. Sunday, moon still in Pisces, kind of nice. you've had a really nice Saturday, and we're all into Saturday night, Sunday morning, and by Sunday night, here, this is 10, 11 o'clock, there's a trine to Saturn. You see, I did the whole thing on budget, and we're on time, and everything's hunky-dory. Okay. Monday morning, moon's still in Pisces till before lunch. Just before lunch, it shifts into Aries. Everything changes again. Oh boy. Now you had a full moon at 14:15 Aries. It set Uranus off. Yeah, it's been set off for a whole month. And this is the return of it. So all the twirlies and tornadoes and hurricanes and all that stuff you've seen for the last, all your electrical problems and sudden feeling of aloneness, all that stuff piles up, and you feel a sense of emergency, and you could be overly defensive here Monday night, but it's good to be prepared, okay, because Tuesday the moon's going by the square to Pluto. Eek, a bug, sirens, emergencies, there's going to be plenty. These are also airliners and airports, and maybe they're closing down all the big airports. There's Ebola Tuesday morning, and half of the East Coast, turns into military airports. Some of that stuff is going on, okay? Don't be alarmed. Better they overreact than not react at all, huh? Yeah. So anyway, Tuesday is a return to that full moon at 15 degrees here, and you'll catch it between breakfast and lunch, and there's some lunacy here, and it comes up suddenly from that whole thing we've been tracking for a month, huh? You won't be out of it even Wednesday on the 5th, because the moon's still in Aries until lunchtime, so you still have that feeling of, well, here's some wisdom. Wait, I'll take that back. The moon goes by the south node on Tuesday afternoon, and we feel like we need help. But Tuesday night here, after dinner, there's a trine to Jupiter, and some wisdom comes out of this whole thing. So could be a little better Wednesday morning, but I wouldn't count on it till you get to the middle of the day, and the moon shifts into Taurus. Once that happens, here, just about dinner time, before dinner, nice sextile to Neptune. Yeah, and here's some religious advice, some music, some faith is regained, some sensitivity, a little compassion could show up in your life Wednesday night. Thursday morning, here's a trine to Pluto, a trine to Mars. Let's do something about this. Let's go into action, and there's a lot of action here, and it's well directed Thursday morning with the moon in Taurus, very practical. Thursday afternoon is different, though. First the girls get in the way. There's an opposition to Venus, and the sun, there's that full moon on Thursday at 14 Taurus. So this is a lunatic day, and by the time you get to the evening of Thursday, it sets off the Jupiter-Saturn square, and first you're overdoing it, you can't eat that much, and then Saturn goes off, and you're sorry, and you went way over budget, and you went too late, and that goes right through Friday morning, right through breakfast. So this is not an easy time. This Thursday night, Friday morning, you'll be ticked off at the forces of authority and government. And, it's the government running this war, not our country. I don't like war, and I don't like the way our government slides into it so easily. I don't like the government. I love our country, but I don't like the government. So there. I'm a Taurus, see? Friday, moon's still in Taurus till you get to the afternoon. Then it shifts into Gemini, and it starts changing, and you'll see right away, here's a square to Neptune. We got liquid problems, and we don't believe things, and it's a little foggy, a little unsure. Here's flooding. This comes in Hawaii. We're talking about midnight, 1 a.m. And so, yeah. That's even later. That's Saturday morning on the West Coast. So confusion, don't plan on having yourself all organized Friday night, Saturday morning, because you won't. But once you get to Saturday afternoon, here's a sextile to Uranus. Technical things go well. There's a nice trine to the nodes. We feel like we're being nurtured, and we're getting our nurturing done Saturday night. And Sunday morning, here's a sextile to Jupiter. Truth and wisdom comes out. So this Gemini moon, once you get past the confusion here, Friday night, Saturday morning, Gemini moon's kind of nice. Yeah.